Let's put that exhaust together now. Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. As usual, Concrete Bunker is back with another one of its notorious episodes. Your host will be Split Personalities and Parallel Universes George, and today we have another update on our MIN 7-tone track from Revell in 1 to 35th scale in kit number 03043. Before I start with my episode, I want to apologize because due to a business trip I have been the last week, I have been also late on your latest updates. Anyway, I will eventually catch up, and I will surely be up to date with your builds as well. But this trip wasn't in vain at all. As I was over there, I managed to locate a new kit, and this is the Dragon Wagon from Academy in 1 to 72nd scale. Here it says. So this one will be in my stash, waiting for some other things, because I have big plans for it. Anyway, as I said, this trip wasn't in vain. Let's get back to our normal episode. Let's see what past George did. Hi guys, past George here. Welcome to part 4 of the MIN 7-tone track build. I'm gonna start straight away from where I left you in the previous episode, and what you see in front of you is the exhaust system, the whole exhaust system. So we've got 2 pipes and the muffler. What I'm going to do right now in front of you, I have cleaned all the parts, have cleaned the pipes to be honest with you. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you, but I have totally cleaned the muffler. I'm gonna stick them together, wait for them to dry, and I'm gonna tell you what exactly my plan is for them, because they need to be prepared before I attach them onto the track. So let's start from the easy parts first, from the exhaust muffler. As you can probably see, there are pins, locator pins, and holes in its respective side, so you put it together like this, simple as pie. Of course, you need to also apply the mandatory glue as the mandatory beer, in which I forgot in my previous update anyway. And now we're going to leave this aside to dry. Exhaust pipes are the same, but be careful, we only need to line up the square parts, because on one side we have a round knob that goes onto the muffler. So let's do that. One is down, another one will go. And now everything is glued together. Now what my plan is, well, I have what my intention is, and then my plan. My intention is to weather the whole exhaust system. Every time I weather and trust exhaust systems, apart from the race cars I build, mainly because on the race car I like it shiny. Onto the military stuff and the rest of the stuff, I like it to be, like a normal exhaust. Half rusted, because of the heats of the heat and stuff like that. Now, what I do to give these plastic exhausts a rusty effect. Probably most of you guys are familiar with Martin. His Uncle Night Shift. We all know him. Whoever is not familiar with him needs to go and check him out. I will leave a link to his channel on my description section below, even though I doubt you don't know him. Anyway, what Uncle Night Shift does, he creates texture on his tank builds. Now I have borrowed his effect, of course, to create texture on my tank builds, but I also use it on the exhaust to create, that texture of rust. Now, how I'm going to do that? I am going first of all clean the seam lines from the pipes when they are totally dry. Of course, I'm gonna test fit them before they are totally dry, and then I'm going to dilute some putty with glue, and I'm gonna staple it on each part. I don't know if I'm going to do it on camera, but that's my plan. I'm sticking with it. We'll see how it goes. Okay guys, I test fitted every pipe and muffler. I have to tell you that to get this pipe in proper position is a pain in the butt, but anyway, we're gonna see how it goes. As you can see, also I have correctly positioned them since I dry fitted them. It wasn't anything difficult at all, and as you can also probably see, I have textured them, rust layers. I created rust layers. Now I have left the muffler off so I can show you the technique I have used to texture them, and it is pretty simple. As I said, you can also see that technique in depth in Uncle Night Shift's videos, but anyway, since you are here, take a look. I'm gonna do it quickly. What I'm going to use is a stiff brush, a brush with stiff bristles, I have to say. There is one sacrificial one I have for a while now in my workbench. Well, I have several sacrificial brushes, but this one is for this purpose, and I'm going to use a normal Tamiya putty, the white stuff. So this one you can either dilute with extra thin glue, or you can dilute it with Tamiya lacquer thinner as well. I don't need to dilute them in my case of scenario. What I need to do is simple as that. Take a bit of it over here at my lid, the sacrificial lid. Grab my muffler, dip my paintbrush, sorry, and start stippling stuff. Start stippling the exhaust muffler when it needs, where I want rust to be. And it is simple as that. You can control it. If you do a mistake, you can remove it with, as I said, the extra thin or lacquer thinner, or you can sand it down. Either way is acceptable. Now I am going to attempt to apply an almost even coat When I say almost even, because we all know Rust is uneven. That's probably it. Now you won't be able to see a huge difference now, but you will be able to see a huge difference when you paint those when you start painting. You know, when you start applying the different colors of Rust and stuff like that, this effect will come to life. So guys, I have finished the painting and weathering, quote unquote, on the exhaust. Here are the results. I think that they are pretty convincing. Now it is time for me to attach them onto our truck. How I am going to approach this is to attach first of all the exhaust muffler over here, glue it over here, as I said, glue it, let it cure, and then attach one by one the exhaust pipes. Now, because this one is a pretty fiddly assembly and I will need to get into it, I'm gonna do this off camera and I'll be back to show you how it looks. Well, that did go better than what I have imagined. As you can see, the exhaust is in place, exactly where it needs to be. And now we move on to our next step. I'm gonna skip a few steps because of course they are the side mirrors and the headlights, which I will need to attach later, and I am going straight to step 38, which is the attachment of the front bumper and these guards. That's the way I'm gonna call them. So the guards are going over here, left and right. Let me see if I can grab it. Like this, I think, one on each side. I've put it the first one the opposite direction. Okay, and now we move on to the front bumper. And finally, we have something like a grab handle that goes over here in front. And this is all the work we will do momentarily on the front, on the truck cabin. Now I'm gonna skip up to step 41, and we are going to start our work onto the truck bed. Truck bed time, guys, and what you see in front of you is the essential parts for the first step. I did some dry fitting before I record the video, and I have came up with a plan of how to properly attach those parts without creating a future issue. And I'm gonna start with the truck door. I'm gonna need to hold it in place for a moment. There go. Until the glue cures a bit. Now we have the track sides, the bed sides, and essentially we are making a square here. And finally we have this piece which should and it will slide between the track bed sides. Okay, and we have the difficulties in YouTuber's life due to my girlfriend, which is all over my head and she's stalking me, positioning random pieces. You clearly don't need the Playmobil for this assembly, but anyway, I'm gonna keep him in here. He brought company. So a 7-ton MIN in 1/35 scale can fit up to 3 Playmobils, for anyone that had that question, together with their gear. So on step 42, instructions state that we should install the track bed cover on top of our track bed. Now I'm not gonna do that because let me show you why. If we install it, we still have visibility in the interior of the track bed, which I will have to take care of by painting the interior and the sides. So I'm gonna leave the roof aside until the very end. But if you want to install it and you still wanna know the way of how to do it, there is a groove over here in one side, there is nothing on the other. So the groove needs to go on top of this one, which is the side that goes directed in the front of the vehicle. Now, as I said, I will leave the roof aside. It's going to keep company to the rest of the track assembly. I am going to flip the track bed over like this, and we are going to attach some reinforcement pieces onto the track bed. So first of those pieces is this one, labeled as part 89, and it needs to go over here. Let it focus like this. And for the next pieces we have these 4 parts. They are different, they are separated in 2 and 2 sub-assemblies. 2 of them have holes, 2 of them have knobs. You need to glue them together. Like this. They need to go over here according to the instructions. So let me quickly take care of it. And that all concludes step 42, 43 and 44. Now, if you wished, to be honest, because it's something you could do in the past, you could take care of the seam line over here, but since I am going to place it like this, step number 45, and we have more reinforcement pieces. Now let me turn this around so I will have it properly oriented. Over here I have 5 more reinforcement pieces. 4 of them are the same, but this one is different. You can tell the difference because of those 2 things over here. those two bolts. No, they are not bolts, they are numps for another part. So here it is how they go. If you have oriented the cabin with the back like this, these fins have to look backwards. So we start over here. Of course, and the glue evaporates. It's too hot in here. Well, it's too hot everywhere in Greece, to be precise, right now, at the moment. Anyway, now we have the different part, the different piece from all of them, from all 5 of them, goes over here in the middle, kinda the middle. And the rest of the pieces go here, and you will see where the rest of them go. So these are reinforcement bars for the wood bed, so the wood planks would not get bent from the weight of the stowage or anything that this truck could be used for. And that's the final look. Now on step 46, 47, 48 and 49 we have several sub-assemblies of small parts. Okay, steps 46 and 47 inbound. 46 is this one, 47 is that one, or the opposite way. I don't remember, it doesn't matter. So let's start. I cannot recognize this one which I'm holding. What piece is this one which I'm holding right now? But anyway, since it needs to be there, it will be there. But I can recognize this one, and this one is a jerry can with its jerry can holder, if there is such a thing as a jerry can holder, anyone. No. And we need also this one, which is supposed that it is holding it secure in place. Now these two parts that we have assembled need to go beneath the truck bed. Let me go wobbly mode with the camera. So the unknown piece goes over here. Like so. Like this, if I am not mistaken. And the jerry can holder together with the jerry can goes next to it, like this, I think. Excuse my dog, guys, he is scratching himself. That's the background noise you hear. Now we have step 48 and 49, which are similar, small detailed sub-assemblies that go once again underneath the truck cabin. Okay guys, step 47 all alone because 48, sorry, all alone because parts for 49 are too many. And you know, I don't have the space for my camera cannot fit everything. So this one is a holder of 2 jerry cans, and it goes exact on the opposite way that the previous parts did go. Anyway, I'm gonna show you. Let's see how this one goes together. And the last one, let me see, goes like this. Okay. Now we have to grab all this and position it over here, but let me apply my glue first. And here we have it. Now, on step 49, we have to make 2 boxes, storage bins, I'm gonna call them, and position them over here. I'm gonna make one off camera and position it in place, and the next one we are going to do it on camera. Okay guys, I'm ready for the box assembly. As you can see, I have already assembled the first one. Goes underneath the track bed. Let's move on to the second one. So let's start from the easy parts first. This one, no, this one is the underneath. I can tell because it has 4 holes. This one is the back of the box. It has locator pins everywhere, so you won't be able to make a mistake as long as you don't mix the pieces. Do the sides now. The other side. We're going through to the other side. And the top of the box, and now we have the lid. Now onto the lid we have these rubber things that hold it in place. You know, if you are a truck driver, you know what I mean by the rubber things onto the storage boxes. So they have to look downwards onto where the holes are over here. So the lid is going on top like this, and now we have to position the whole box over here. Like so. I hope I was in frame. Okay, it has my fingerprints over here, but I'm gonna erase them. And this is the final part for step 49 and 50. Step 50 included all those pieces that I have glued onto the underneath of the track bed, the 2 boxes and these detail parts. But as you can imagine, I did all that step in each individual step. Now I will move on to step 51, which I'm going to skip because we need to add some pioneer tools over here. I will need to detail paint them and then add them onto the track bed. Step 52, it has two parts. I am going to add only one of them, and from what I can see I will need to reverse this part probably, or reverse this part. Anyway, now I cannot do that, so I'm gonna improvise. And step 53, we'll have the final pieces that are going to finish our main assembly of the track bed, and then I will need to paint. Now let me see what I can do. Great news, guys! What you see in front of you are the final parts for the main assembly of the track bed and the MIN track in general. I'm gonna show you how they go together right now, and I'm gonna tell you what exactly are we going to do after that. So let's attach the mud guards first. As you can see, I have one on my hands. This corner over here indicates that this one is for the, as we can see it, for this side. It was a brain fart over there. I was trying to explain it, but my brain goes, dude, seriously, right now. Anyway, so the other mud guard goes exactly in the opposite direction. Let me line them up correctly. And we have the tail lights. Tail lights go as I've shown you, this one on the right side, this one on the left. They have their spots. Let me grab a pointer. Each respective spots are located in its side. So one goes here, here, and the other one goes there. And the other one goes over here. And finally we have this part, which holds a very familiar tool or accessory of a track, which I cannot tell you why or for what it is used. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna show you later what I am talking about, and maybe you will be able to solve my question. Let me see now if I... And that's it for the main assembly of the track. Now my next steps will be to start painting and then assembling stuff like the wheels, pioneer tools, and etc, etc. But this will have to do it for this episode, guys. And with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode. As you can see, we have managed to finish the main assembly of our MIN 7-ton track, and we move slowly but surely onto the painting stage and some details. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and interesting. Also, I hope that you stick along for the rest of the build. Before I go, I want to thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you, of course, to my old subscribers. You guys are the best, and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. For the newcomers out there, welcome, guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Damon, signing out.